This week on Taste Utah, we're bringing you back and introducing you to some of the finest sushi you can find in Utah. Over our 9 seasons on Taste Utah, we've had the privilege to be educated in the art of sushi by some of Utah's premier sushi masters, and they're all over the state. From Ogden to Park City, Salt Lake City, Bountiful, and even Kaysville, these maestros of flavor have been offering us fresh sashimi and nigiri for decades. And as much as we love rolls and the glitz and glamour they bring to our palates, it's essential to remember that sushi begins with 2 simple ingredients, rice and fish, which equates to a tiny margin for error. It's why most sushi chefs demand a certain level of perfection from themselves. You can't really hide undercooked rice or overly fragrant fish when those are the stars of the show. We're remembering the finer nuances of sushi prep so we can enjoy the simplicity of those painstaking efforts. And you may just need to make a road trip out of it. We end our sushi exploration in eastern Utah, just outside of Canyonlands and Arches National Park, in Moab to be exact. That's right, you heard correctly, Moab. We're bellying up to the sushi bar at Sabaku, where co-owner Alex is slicing up some of the most unique and flavorful fish. This episode of Taste Utah, we're bringing you back to a few of our favorite epic and educational moments with some of Utah's finest chefs to encourage you to grab a seat at your local sushi bar, stay a while, savor, and enjoy a communal dining experience unlike any other. Taste Utah is always bringing you local flavors from seeds to our authentically Utah restaurants. Behind every good food story is a great people story. It's our farmers, artisans, chefs, restaurateurs, and hospitality professionals that make Utah a dining destination. Food is a necessity, and it's how we cultivate it, share it, and experience it together that truly creates our unique community. You always have a seat at this table. Are you ready to taste Utah? Over our 9 seasons on Taste Utah, we've had the privilege to introduce you to some of Utah's premier sushi masters. From Sunny, a true industry legend who introduced us to the painstaking techniques of preparing sushi at Naked Fish, which ended up closing, but don't worry, you can visit him at his own sushi restaurant, Nikko Ramen in Kaysville. Up to historic 25th Street in Ogden, where husband and wife Tony and Tina opened Tona Sushi with an emphasis on fresh fish and sustainability. We've sat at the sushi bar at Yuki Yama on historic Main Street in Park City to learn about time-honored traditions of cooking sushi rice. And last season, we brought you to Fat Fish in Bountiful, where we learned the art of rolling sushi hands-on with executive chef Hiro. We're not only reintroducing you to the art and craft of creating sushi, but also tasting and savoring your experience by introducing you to the sushi bar at Sabaku in Moab. Hungry yet?
Started off as a server here about 14 years ago now, and I wasn't really feeling being the server. And the guy who took over the sushi bar was taught by this gentleman who's been 2-time sushi competition winner in Japan. And I am really, like I said, been very glad that I learned under him, because I've worked with so many different sushi chefs, and so far he's the best. We use super premium short grain rice called koshi hikari. We use real wasabi in between the rice and the fish. And our soy sauce is house blended, so it's going to be a little lower in sodium, so it's not going to overpower the fish. Nigiri is fish over rice with a little bit of wasabi in the middle. Sashimi is just raw slices of fish, and then makimono is rolled sushi. When you have a fish, you want to have it as straight as possible. You don't want to be bending it or twisting it, because the fibers will separate as soon as you do that. It's going to oxidize much faster. Of course, some of the fish is going to be a little different.
Even just watching you move and the finesse that you have with the fish and handling it and unwrapping it, it's such a delicate practice.
The gentleman who taught me how to do sushi, he used to yell at me I would come in here at 9:30 in the morning and then leave right around midnight. I would get yelled at all day because he wanted everything perfect and perfect and perfect. By being pushed like that, and of course not quitting under that pressure, it's very, very helpful for me.
The fish that we like to use as much as more sustainable as possible when it's available, to be more on the responsible side of the ecosystem. It's very important that the ingredients that we use is local, it's freshly grown, and since we're in a little contemporary setup, you can do whatever you like to do. But first, we do want to taste the ingredient first instead of what often used is too much of soy sauce or wasabi or ginger. So we do want to taste all those ingredients. So you have nigiri. Nigiri is more traditional. It has a rice ball over a piece of fish. And then you have sashimi, just straight raw fish. And then you have maki. Makimono is sushi roll. Sushi rolls tend to be more popular in this area. But that's why what we're standing out in Ogden is, with Tona, is to break that away from maki rolls. We want to do something else than the makis. We want to do sashimi. We want to do nigiri. We want to do crudos. I will make you a Scottish ocean trout crudo. So I'm playing with the texture, the crunch, get some a little bit of savory, a little bit of sweet. All that components just kind of placed together. So right now I have pickled Asian pear. This is from Zoe's garden. So I have a little bit of Thai chili on here. Also locally grown here too. A little bit of sweet vinegar soy.
Are you making that here?
We make that here too also. Okay, so what I did is after the sweet vinegar soy, I got a little bit of sea salt, extra virgin olive oil, some heirloom tomato, and then some microgreens that I just cut from here. It's locally sourced. And then I got some fried kale chips. Again, it's all seasoned up already. Anything that you see with sauces, it's ready to go. No soy sauce needed, no wasabi needed, no ginger needed.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sushi itself refers to the rice, just the vinegared rice combined with other ingredients. And to that end, we focus a lot on the rice. We buy a really high quality product. We treat it really well. We cook it very carefully. And even the vinegar that we use to season it, we tried to find the best kind of rice vinegar we could find to season the rice with.
Like if you go to Japan, that's what they concentrate on. A lot of people saying getting the best fish. Over there, you can get the best fish. You just go down to the market. But what determines different sushi bars is how they cook their rice, they prepare their rice. And in Japan, it's about 3 years that you're just doing rice. Wash dishes, clean up after the sushi bar for 3 years. So that's how much emphasis they put on making rice.
I've been told over the years of this show that the key to being a good sushi chef is a great, sharp sushi knife.
We sharpen our knives every day almost when we're rolling sushi. So you have to learn how to do that as well.
So we're gonna make a roll together, is that what's happening?
Yes.
I'm excited, I've actually never done this. So I'll suit up.
Okay.
What are we gonna make?
We're gonna make the basic of the basic sushi roll. It's called the California roll.
I love the California roll.
Sure, you've heard of it.
So where do we start?
So pretty much we start with the seaweed.
Okay.
So I got this for you right here, and we'll kind of do it in unison if you like.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
So first off, for the rice not to stick to your glove, I like to pat the crab salad a little bit.
Okay, get a
There's
little
mayo in
there.
that, so there's a little bit of oil, yeah. So next, you grab about 3.5 ounces of rice. Put it on the nori.
Gotcha.
What I like to do is I like to kind of put it down the middle like that, like a mohawk.
Oh, cute.
Nice and gently, like you never want to smash the rice.
I'm smooshing it. I've ruined it.
All good, all good. So now we flip over.
Okay.
And you want to get all the soft stuff on the bottom first. So we got some avocados.
Okay.
Fresh Haas avocados. You grab the avocado like this, and you do a little
nice.
slicey slice. You grab it with the knife, spread it.
Spread it out.
All right, next
Cute.
step is the cucumber. So you want to grab about 6 strips like this.
Got your matchsticks.
Yeah, put
Okay.
it down. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna grab about, ounce and a half of crab salad
Okay.
and kind of spread it out. This is another fun part. What
Okay.
you want to do, you grab this guy, put it about 1 inch above the bottom.
Nice.
You have this as a kind of like a leverage.
Okay.
Gently grab this, fold the top over, okay, like so.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Like so. And then we do the reveal. Boom.
Oh.
What you want to do is come in, clean up the sides,
Okay.
and then the end process is to sprinkle some
Sesame
seeds on top. And lastly, this is the hardest part.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is grab a little saran wrap.
Okay.
This is to keep the roll intact.
Okay.
Okay. So what you want to do, this is probably the hardest part, but you do about 1 inch per piece.
Okay.
You want to go in nice and gently, and then push down.
Nice.
Nice and gently, push down, push down, and then once you get good, you can just go boom, boom, boom.
Push down.
There you go.
Nice and push down.
Nice.
Nice and push down. It's a little squishy, but listen.
Okay, it's okay.
Just get in my sea legs.
So the last step is to corral it all in.
Okay.
Make it nice and neat. So you knead it up, and again, you don't want to smash it too much.
Right. Okay,
And
beautiful.
you do that, and then the last reveal is like that.
I mean, it came back together pretty
yeah.
nicely.
Looks
and
great.
then big reveal,
Wow.
something like that.
Yeah.
Listen, this is one of my first times making sushi, and what I'll tell you is it's definitely the best I've ever done.
It looks great. Now this is gonna go out to a table, so.
Oh, wow, perfect. Yeah. Don't tell them that. That'll be so sad. What do you get when you take 2 sushi chefs out of Salt Lake City, bring them down to Moab, and they decide to open a restaurant? You get Sabaku Sushi, which is where we're going today, where they are slicing up the freshest sashimi. They're bringing in the most amazing fish, and we're gonna have a traditional sushi experience. I cannot wait to introduce you to this incredible restaurant.
Hi, welcome to Sabaku.
Thank you, Andy.
So good to see you.
Oh my gosh, it is like heaven in here. It smells so good. And I literally have been playing out in Moab all day.
We've got a few things ready for you.
Okay.
Alex is waiting.
Awesome, thank you. Lead the way. Alex.
Hi, Katy. How are you?
Oh my gosh, I am hungry. I have to tell you, I've been out playing all day, and it's just like, you want to throw on a pretty dress, you want to put on some heels, and you want to come eat sushi.
I've got some ginger wasabi for you already.
I'm like all prepped.
Okay.
Now, Alex, how long have you been making sushi?
A little over 20 years.
And you started in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, I started at Snowbird.
At Snowbird at the Erie?
Uh-huh.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah.
And what is it about sushi? Like, what do you like about it? What do you think is so unique and special about it?
The interaction with the customer was probably the best thing because
so cool.
you could actually, because when you're in the kitchen, you don't really get to talk to your customers, right?
Yeah.
You don't get to interact. You don't really get to respond. You don't really get feedback. Here, talking to the customer, knowing, finding out exactly what they like. You get to hang out.
Yeah.
You get to meet people from all over, especially here in Moab. We have international travelers,
Right.
national travelers.
How long has Sabaku been open here?
We've been open for, this will be 12 years and a couple
12
months.
years. So 12 years. So Sabaku first and then 98 Center.
Then 98.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah.
You're going to just kind of give me like an omakase tasting or
Yeah.
tell me what we're doing. Okay, cool. Awesome.
Yeah, I think I'll make you a couple of nigiris to
Okay.
start, and then maybe some sashimi,
Yeah.
and then a roll to finish.
I love that.
Is this the kind of experience that someone can expect when they come into Sabaku? They can come and sit and have a convo with this. With
Oh
the
yeah,
chefs
yeah.
at the
That's.
bar and-
I mean, that's what I thought was really exciting about having the bar here is that people can actually talk to each other. You
Yeah.
know, locals can come in and they can hang out and see somebody from across the way and be like, "Oh, hey, what's up? I haven't seen you. What's going on?" You know,
Yeah.
and then you can like either join in or not. But I think it's all really fun.
The story goes that as a sushi chef, you have to learn how to make rice first.
Traditionally, it's like years.
Yeah.
You would not touch vegetables for the years. You would do rice for a couple of years. You would do vegetables for a couple of years.
And as you're sort of compressing the rice, are you looking for a specific consistency?
It's basically like a little tater tot that you're making.
Cool. Love
but
it.
you don't want to over compress it because you don't want it to be too hard for the customer to eat.
And fish side down, right?
Correct. Yeah. So you dip your fish side down into the soy and not the rice. Otherwise, the rice falls apart.
Yeah.
Right?
Now, what fish are we working with here?
So I'm actually going to do the hiramasa, which is a very close relative of the hamachi.
Ooh.
And we're going to serve this with a little lemon juice
Oh, beautiful.
and some salt.
I mean, I see edible flowers. I see what looks like some microgreens. Are you
Yeah,
doing
some
the
our
same
flowers
kind of
and
sourcing?
local greens we get from, again, some of our friends,
Love
some
it.
of even our general manager here, Andy.
Oh,
Andrea.
Andy's making them. I love that.
She's an excellent gardener and a foodie, so she loves growing little things for us. So we like to source little bits. It's hard to source a lot of things from like big bulky things from our farmers because we don't really go through a lot of stuff. So we tend to like pick and choose little things that we can use on the bar in little amounts.
I love that. Would you say the menu here is pretty traditional where there's not a lot, it's mostly sushi forward, there's not a lot of hot dishes coming from the back of the house?
Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of entrees. We just have a couple of things. We're trying to keep it pretty simple from the kitchen.
Yeah.
It's mostly more traditional than not.
Like miso soup, edamame.
Yeah. But our agarashi tofu is really, really good.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Okay, so we've got hiramasa and maguro
Okay.
sushi.
Oh, beautiful.
All right, so now I'm gonna do a little sashimi platter.
Okay. Would you say to put any, I mean, you've dressed it, so I don't feel like I need soy, but
It's dressed, but I would still give it a little dip,
little soy,
for
okay,
sure.
a little dippy dip.
Suma.
Oh no.
Do you have any?
That's really good, super buttery. And now what's the other one? Is it tuna?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
red tuna.
What'd
It's
you
called maguro.
Okay. Now, chef, when you're coming in here, when you're just doing R&D, let's say you're not working, what's the quality control that you're looking for?
The rice.
The rice.
Yeah.
Always the rice.
Yeah, the rice is very important. It's actually the most important thing.
So on a traditional sashimi plate, how many styles of fish are you putting on there?
I'm going to give you two styles of fish here, and this is one's going to be a little more fishy, higher fat content, and the other one's going to be a little more lean. So this is two of my favorites, and that's the sake or salmon.
Okay.
Okay. And then this is albacore tuna, also called tambo or shiro maguro.
Shiro
So
maguro.
white tuna.
Yeah, I know it as tambo.
Okay.
All right.
So, pretty simple here. We have our salmon sashimi, and this
Okay.
is the tambo. It has onion ponzu and a garlic chip on the top.
It's beautiful.
So
yeah, garlic
I recommend
chips.
eating the salmon with the slice of the lemon.
Okay. Lemon wedge, I got it. Awesome. I mean, the way that it's cut, it tastes so good.
Oh,
so
thanks.
clean, so
Excellent.
fresh. I think salmon can be very tricky in sushi restaurants.
Yes.
And it truly is the mark of a sushi restaurant that's moving its fish and that's getting in fresh fish.
Yeah.
When there isn't an ounce of, let's say, fishiness, but it's celebrating the way the fish tastes.
Agreed.
Now, who comes up with the rules, chef?
Well, in the beginning, my business partner Frankie and I came up with most of them. And then for a while we did a lot of specials, like daily specials.
Oh, fun.
And we would play with some different things. The chefs, we all have our own little fun things that we like to eat. So
cool.
everybody certainly has a chance to put their stuff up. And we do have, actually one of our menu items is a chef's freestyle roll. So we have, and that's also a vegetarian or vegan freestyle.
Okay.
And one of our chefs, Eddie, he's a vegan, so he makes great vegan freestyle rolls.
How fun! Super accommodating to dietary restrictions.
Yeah, so and that's again like what we like to talk about to the customer about. If they have a chance to sit at the bar, highly recommend it, because then you can talk to your chef as a customer and find out what you like, what you don't like, and really tailor your needs.
Yeah, tailor your experience. It's I mean, it really is so exceptional.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is the fiery furnace roll.
Fiery furnace. I love it.
So it's
Tell me what's
kind of
in
hits
it.
everything, the sweet, spicy, creamy, crunchy.
Give it a little tasty taste.
Great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
It's a winner.
Oh yeah, bud. Mm-hmm. You don't even need to dip that in anything. Like, it is so good as is.
With those crunchy rolls, we use, instead of using tempura crunchies, we use breadcrumbs.
Oh, like panko.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah. The crunch is much more consistent.
Yeah.
It's not just like bigger and smaller pieces. And so, yeah, we just fry panko. And so those are our crunchies.
I love the idea of like crisp, clean, just beautiful fish speaking for itself, and then just a little pop of crunch, you know? It doesn't need to be overly greasified.
Exactly.
This space is like unbelievable. I cannot tell you how impressed I am with the food, the people, the ambiance. Just everyone here is so kind and so generous. And what you are doing for the people of Moab and for the customers and community that comes here is just, I mean, I'm literally blown away. I like have no words.
Okay.
Alex, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.